Yeah, exactly. You
You know,
just it's hard to know what to do against that stage. You're so used to just people sniping you methodically. It's just whoa, what the hell?
yeah, and especially that time, it was snipe, snipe, snipe was the big deal. But let's get a quick rundown of ships here. You want to
Okay.
start us off, Brick?
No, I want you to start off because my
Uh,
game's been weird.
all right, so I'll start us off here on the Rainbow Crash. We've got that flamer Kearney that we were talking about, with a Banshee and mine launcher on the side, and everything on that ship currently is getting the chem sprayed. On the Seductive Kitty, we've got the Gat Mortar front with
Um,
double carronade sides.
is my game glitching, or does that skyscraper that the Solar Autumn just passed through not make sense?
There are a few skyscrapers in here which have like
What?
levels at weird angles, and like I've actually clipped through some walls recently in here as well.
It
So yeah,
actually looks
this map is a
transparent
little.
to me. It looks like the top of this skyscraper is actually floating in the air. I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe my
that's
graphics are just derping up.
no. There's definitely some weird stuff on this map. But
Yeah,
let's go
that's
ahead
really
and go
weird.
to the
Yes, okay,
other.
sorry. Okay, on the libgtk, we have a Gat Mortar front. We have a Carronade flare side. On the Solis Autumn, we have a Gat Mortar front, and we have a Artemis side.
And
Interesting.
there is a lot of chem spray going down on both of these sides. Actually, if you look at it, the lib is currently every single component is chem sprayed.
Oh, Solis Autumn took a bit of a bounce there.
So a lot of chem sprays going around. Of course, fire right now being a very, I wouldn't say destructive as much as incredibly annoying thing to deal with.
Hmm.
Now let me check out some. That's triple. It's triple engineer in the lib. On the Solus, we've got. Yeah, so they're doing this thing recently. I don't know how recent this got to be so popular, but I've been seeing a lot of people taking that incendiary ammo with the Gatling.
Hmm.
That seems to
Yeah.
be a little bit more recent of a change. Like, usually saw a lot of heavy or greased with Gatling, but in
Well,
the
we haven't.
past few weeks, it's just been a lot of incendiary all of a sudden.
I don't think anyone's used heavy on out in Gatling since it became balanced, really.
Fair enough.
Um, but yeah, definitely greased has been popular. You remember when heavy just was basically the ammo with no drawbacks, right?
Yeah,
It was
absolutely.
just yeah. Anyway,
Yeah, just straight up better.
um, so yeah, incendiary with a Gatling. I mean, that's a lot of chance to cause fires. Definitely, 'cause it's a lot of shots. And it could definitely gain you an advantage in a drawn out fight, even if it might not do so much DPS, but in a drawn out engagement, the incendiary could give the advantage.
And then I'm pretty sure that's why there's all chem sprays going around massively from both sides here. Of course, the
And also,
CakeWatch side having that flamer up front.
yeah,
All
well,
right, we're
you
finally
say
getting some
that.
spots going
Yep,
down.
I was just about to point out. Oh, I didn't see any. I don't actually see any incendiary ammo in this game, but anyway.
It's
Okay,
on
here's
the
this.
Solace, I believe.
Oh, right, okay. This
Theo has it.
seductive kitty's coming in on the Solus Autumn here. The Rainbow Crash is firing its flamer. It's well out of range. It looks like the LibGTK are well aware of this lack of range, and they're backing off, focusing fire on the Seductive Kitty. Seductive Kitty's armor is down, and
Oh,
oh,
nice
good
ram of the
ram by
lib, but
Rainbow
the
Crash.
Seductive Kitty actually rams himself to death into the Solace.
Mm.
Don't think that was on purpose, but
Well,
went out for a full-out ram there.
the Rainbow Crash did a good ram on the LibGTK. Why did he
And
turn around? That was a terrible idea.
well, to be
Okay.
fair, I don't think he would have gotten away either way, even if he kept on going. Maybe
Yeah,
he could have gotten
probably.
around the building, but that's
Mm.
an extremely quick 2-0 lead there.
Hmm.
I think this is going to be the story of this match. Lib and Solace just going for the Seductive Kitty the entire time because they know that
Yeah.
the Rainbow Crash cannot do as much damage as the other
Well, he doesn't
Pyro.
have the range. As long as they back off and they got space to back off, then they can just slightly outrange that flamer.
Absolutely, and it's got very little killing potential as well. I mean, maybe it can
Mm,
ram once the hull is down, but that's about it.
I mean, yeah, that flamer's it's not fun, but it's not exactly a fast killer either.
And especially if you have everything chem sprayed like these two blue ships are.
Seductive Kitty coming in on the Solar Sultan. Now they've actually caught Crimson Riders slightly out of position, but no, they're yeah, there we go. They're reconsidering. They know They know libgtk is just hiding around the corner here. They just know he's waiting for an ambush.
Lib actually dropped down quite a lot. Probably try to catch that ambush in a little bit, although it's in a little bit of precarious position here because it's got that bridge underneath.
I got a Mexican standoff here. Look at this. I mean, the Rainbow Crash just gouting out some flame in protest.
Yeah, it's that's their way of saying
hello. Yes, fire is Cake's way of saying hello, I have heard.
All right, here we go.
Oh, here we go. A bit of carronade action. Oh, wow, there we go. This is actually some decent focus fire here on the Solar Sultan. Rainbow Crash and Seductive Kitty going to bounce into each other. They just bounced off each other, knocking off their arcs. The Seductive Kitty going through, getting blindsided by the libgtk. And now the Rainbow Crash is turning around. The Seductive Kitty's in big trouble here.
Absolutely. Seductive Kitty just hanging by a thread. Can Rainbow Crash? Ooh, nice.
Oh,
nice
good ram.
Oh, Seductive Kitty crashed into the building, however. It's extremely nice save there by Rainbow Crash, but once again, with the guns that it has, it cannot really stand up against these two blue ships.
It's just that superb. Oh, okay, Solar Sultan. That was a completely unnecessary glancing ram but he's going to get him anyway, most likely.
Yeah, Lib is going to rise up here. Rainbow Crash not making any sort of effort to get out and probably just accepting his fate at this point.
Yep, and Rainbow Crash. Yeah, he's pining for the fjords right now. Anyway, well, there we go. There's a straight 4-0 lead.
Yeah, and that was a very well executed little flank maneuver there by the Crimson Riders hanging around the edge of the building. And I'm actually pretty sure that CakeWatch knew that they were there, and they just decided to go for it.
Not only was it a good ambush, but I mean, CakeWatch really let themselves down by being in too much of a tight formation when focus firing, and they ended up bouncing off each other and knocking each other's gun arcs off. You got to be so careful about that. I mean, what the Wolfpack, I think, and many other Pyrrha teams would do, just have like the Pyrrha one Pyrrha slightly in front and one Pyrrha kind of slightly behind and to the side. Just to make sure you don't end up bumping into each other as you charge.
Absolutely. All right, so we are getting another last setup, the last gasp, you can say, of CakeWatch on this map. Of course, they only need one more death to lose this match.
This could be a quick 5-0.
Yeah, and unfortunately, part of the problem here is that with the Flamer is basically being completely ineffective at this point. Everything on the blue team is chem sprayed all the time.
The build. Well, yeah, hey, that is a good point. Oh yeah, look at that. Everything's just covered in this frozen sheen. Bloody hell!
Really funny to see both chem spray and buffs.
Yeah, kind of a bluey yellowy thingy. More chem spray, yeah.
What are you gonna do when everything's chem sprayed and all you've got is a flamer? You know, it's
exactly. They always I don't know. Either they saw what Rainbow Crash was taking, or they just do that anyway. It's just good habit to keep everything chem sprayed. Okay. Now the problem with the Rainbow Crash is that he's got a sort of disably build, that flamer and that carronade. However, what they're doing is they're just charging in head on, and they're not drawing out the engagement and allowing that disably build to become effective.
Yeah, it's it's very difficult to go against this extreme killing power that these two rider ships have, and as we mentioned, you know, they're quite good at stepping their foot on the gas, and they've shown that they're extremely adept at being a good focus fire team.
There's a key difference though between these Crimson Sky Riders and the Wolfpack. These riders are much more cautious, much more conservative. Yeah, they may have those, you know, DPS focused Pyrrhas, But you'll notice they retreat and attack rather than charge and attack. They are well aware of what reverse gear is, whereas Maverick sometimes you didn't know for sure.
Yeah, his backwards throttle was broken. It
Yeah,
seemed
it was
like about half the time.
passive forward momentum speed buff, but broken reverse throttle. Anyway,
Exactly.
it looks like these two teams are having a bit of a trouble finding. I think they might be hearing drums at this point, going, "Oh God,
Well,
where
there
are
was
they?
there
Where are
was
they?"
a spot down on blue
Mm.
team for a
Oh,
moment,
okay, right.
and instead of charging on fourth through this bridge area here, which is a good idea, CakeWatch.
Really?
Sorry, a good idea for CakeWatch to go around and not charge through this
Yeah.
bridge because they would just smacked right into it.
Could you go underneath? Oh, you probably couldn't. No, that arch, you couldn't go underneath it. You just die, probably.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah, you
Okay.
cannot go through there.
Okay. Oh, here we go.
Down.
Here we go. So it's
And
awesome.
remember,
Live GTK.
One more kill, and the Rainbow Crash is already taking so much damage, and the
Yep.
Sector Kitty is nowhere near there. Holy crap, that was just a complete massacre.
Back to the drawing board, CakeWatch.
Yeah, they will have to rethink their strats, at least on this map. But we'll see how they do in upcoming. I believe you said it was going to be on Fjords?
No, I was just talking about somebody pining for the Fjords, but...
Oh, okay.
It's actually Battle on the Dunes.
Oh,
it's the exact opposite.
Well, no, on Dunes and Fjords are fairly close. I actually did a Merry Men Monday Mobula Mine Madness Mayhem thing on Red Sepulcher 2 weeks ago, I believe.
Oh,
it was extremely chaotic and very laggy.
Awesome alliteration. But alliteration beside, it's the Rainbow Crash with the Hades Artemis on the front, double Artemis mine launcher on the side. On the Seductive Kitty, we've got the Hades Artemis and the Artemis Flare side.
Yep. And on the Lib Clutter, we've got up top Mercury. On the bottom decks, we got double Artemis. And on the wings, we've got Artemis alongside Flare short side. And on the Solus Ortum, who's already getting some of that Artemis fire down on it, we've got also, it's actually a Hades light flak with double Artemis side. So we are seeing the light flak come into play for the first time, and I don't even know how long.
OMG, light flak. Oh yes, it's on the Solar Sortum. Yes, the Hades flak, your medium-ish range solution. No, Solar Sortum. I'm saying medium-ish range here. You're miles away. Oh wait, no. Looks like Solar Sortum is turning his Artemis side. There we go.
Yep, and so CakeWatch is definitely going right for that Mobula, and why not? That's going to be the more meaty of the two ships. We'll see if Lib Clutter can take this out. But all of those shots are actually missing. There were so many Hades shots coming in.
Lib Clutter just wants to have the cover of that engine if he needs it. And I think Solar Sortum wants to have the cover of the wrecked ship if he needs it.
It's a little bit of an interesting setup, but we'll see how it turns out. And still, those shots come raining on in, but continuing on.
Oh, Rainbow Crash getting torn apart here. Wow, look at this shit. How the hell are they hitting Rainbow Crash from there? Bloody hell.
Probably the Mercury that was coming in to hit Rainbow Crash Mercury field gun. But part of the problem that I've been seeing here is that CakeWatch has just been missing almost every single Hades shot.
Well,
and, I mean, it's hard at this distance. It's incredibly hard to hit, but
it's also about how much the captain's moving around. Hades is difficult enough to hit normally, but when the captain, the ship's moving around and your opponents are moving up and down, like the Lib Clutter and Solar Sortum are doing, it becomes that much harder.
Yep, and now finally Solar Sortum and Lib Clutter meeting on up here, so these two ships will get together just in case the CakeWatch team maybe decides to go around the wreckage. While we got a little bit of the downtime, I actually, in the sandbox mode, I'm not sure if we can do it in regular mode, but you can actually, in sandbox mode, go down into the wreckage and clip through some of the terrain here.
Mm-hmm.
And do you remember the old hiding area on Scrap?
Oh, you mean the bit where you could kind of cap the point, but be
Yeah, and
outside the thing?
right. Well, you'd be like way down inside of the wreckage
Yeah.
itself, so you could actually
Oh,
get
yeah, I
down there.
remember. Yeah, getting down there and you just kind of hide there, and they go, "Where'd he go?" Yeah,
Yep.
that's awesome.
And so you can actually clip through some of the walls there, as in
Ah.
practice mode with a squid, and got all the way in there. I know somebody has some screenshots of it, which we'll probably post at some point. But just a little bit of an anecdote there while we're waiting for these ships to continue on maneuvering around here.
Well, get your engine going, matey, because this is a sniping duels game. Game.
Yeah, and we see this quite a lot on this map. Libclutter having that extremely long range. Mercury can definitely do work on this map. Hopefully, they'll also be in Artemis range if they can get that armor down in those couple of shots from the Mercury. They can follow it up with those heavy hitting Artemis fire. And here we go. Oh, nice Hades
Oh, yeah,
shot
those
going there.
Hades were hitting, those were connecting. Rainbow Crash
Oh,
coming
Rainbow
in.
Cruise actually come way in here. And Seductive Kitty is trying to follow behind it, kind of a little bit too far behind. We'll see if Crimson Riders can take advantage
Oh,
of this
yep,
charging
there we
pyramid.
go.
Yeah.
A lot of those Hades connecting now.
Rainbow Crash still charging on fourth, not stopping. Solid Sword coming up to meet
They want
the
the kill
Rainbow
on that
Crash.
modular.
Yeah, they want that
They
modular,
know
and the
if
armor is down.
There we go. If they speed just right past the Solus Autumn, but hang
But Rainbow
on.
Crash is getting
Rainbow Crash
absolutely
taking
obliterated
damage.
from the back. That light flak coming on in from Solus Artem, taking out the Rainbow Crash. Can Seductive Kitty at least get a kill on the Mobula here?
Oh
I'm
dear,
not
looks
entirely
like
sure.
Lib Clutter has just ducked underneath. Now the Lib Clutter and the Solus Autumn are turning for the Seductive Kitty, bouncing into each other.
Okay.
Okay.
The Mobula back down.
Whoopsie doodle.
That's not what you want to do. And now Solus Artem is actually behind Lib Clutter.
There we go. Lib Clutter can just hide her up if he gets in trouble. And now the flak's hooking in the Seductive Kitty, and almost rams himself to death. But the armor goes up just in time. The balloon is down.
Yep.
Is the Rainbow Crash going to come back in? Probably not. No. Oh, there's the Hades.
Yeah, there's the Hades, but arcing too far downwards, and down goes the Seductive Kitty.
Too late.
Yep. So that was a decent charge. Rainbow Crash probably was a little bit too far ahead.
Yeah.
Seemed to be a little bit of a miscommunication there between the Skyriders as well.
Yeah.
The pyramid didn't actually smack the
the vertical bro bump.
Down.
Yeah.
And then they were behind the ship as well, so all the fire was being anyway. Still worked out there for Crimson Skyriders, and now CakeWatch has to regroup once more.
Yes, indeed they do. Seductive Kitty has now respawned, and I guess we're resetting this engagement.
Yeah, I mean, they came in hard, charging at the module. They actually almost got it down. I mean, it's not a whole lot of hull damage. Permanent hull damage was done, but a few more shots and that modula would have been obliterated, and that really would have changed the tide of this battle. We'll see if they try something like that again. They get a little bit impatient, charge on fourth. I'd like to see them be a little bit more together next time. However, the Rainbow Crash was just entirely way too far ahead of his teammate.
Yeah, I mean, maybe if they'd split focused a bit there, maybe one taking care of the other, one taking care of Solus, one taking care of Lib Clutter. So they were actually getting the better of Lib Clutter there. They had him down. They almost had him out. Oh, a lot of Hades starting to connect now.
There we go. Some nice shots.
Calibrated their shots. I think Solus Autumn. Hillerton is a bit too canny for this to just be him being really out of position. Got to be a plan here.
He's definitely backing on down. The problem with the Skyrider's position here is they really have nowhere to hide currently, so if those shots continue to connect, they would do well. But Rainbow Crash is actually taking a lot of damage in return. I think those Mercuries are going to work again, and those Hades now as well. Armor is down. Can any permanent damage come on in before it gets rebuilt? Nope, there we go. They do get it back up in time. that armor. Rainbow Crash now gonna have to deal with this infernal dust cloud that nobody wants to be in.
Oh, Rainbow Crash is in a really awkward spot. Dust and debris all around him, just caged up here. But he's also got cover.
And he's got cover, and
decent little hiding spot.
Yeah, he's actually below most of this dust cloud now. That bottom part, just barely hiding underneath it. And of course, here comes the second dust cloud. Oh, dust clouds, how we love you. I think my least favorite. There's some achievements I think where you have to like repair stuff while in the dust cloud. Have you seen those?
Yeah.
Those are quite annoying. Alright, Rainbow Crash.
Kitty looks like she's moving around here.
Oh, this is not gonna do well for CakeWatch here. Rainbow Crash.
What? No, why? Why? No!
Oh my god. While Seductive Kitty is trying to go around the side, maybe Rainbow Crash will just try to hide behind this engine.
Rainbow Crash, yeah, he's going for cover. He's just darting out for cover. I'm not sure. Yeah, Rainbow Crash was the distraction for Seductive Kitty to come in closer. Oh, yeah, so see, it's actually worked out for them quite well.
Yep, thankfully they did manage to get behind that engine, and Skyriders didn't try to press their advantage there, but there was a lot of open space there to hit Rainbow Crash for a while.
We're hearing some Snipes of Icarus dull from the teams.
Well, this is more like Dunes of Icarus here. This is
Dunes
kind
of
of what
Icarus,
happens on this map.
Yes, well, Overwatch known for their dislike of... Yeah?
Light flak damage going, or shots going down there, and then they've got to know that they're way too far out for that. There's no way that they can hit with that light flak this far away.
Yeah, that's true. I think that maybe an Artemis would have been an idea. Oh wait, the Libclut is in a tricky position here. He's close to the ground, those Hades are starting to connect.
And the Hades from Solace is completely failing to hit anything there.
If that balloon gets caught on fire and the balloon gets taken out, he's gonna start crashing pretty much immediately. Libclut has got to be careful here.
Extremely close to the ground, continuing to.
He's actually bouncing off. He's bouncing off the ground. I think he's trying to use. He's using the dunes for cover, maybe.
Yeah, I think that had to be trying to arc below this light cover
yeah. Just ducking up, ducking down, but they can arc those Hades shots over though, so they can just hit consistently.
Rainbow Crash armored down once more from that Mercury, but Solace Mortem can't really do anything from the position that it's in currently. It's
no, Crash he can now. He can now. He's above their cover, firing down onto them. He has the high ground, and Libcluster is continuing to cover snipe, but Libcluster's balloon's almost down. This is what I was warning him about.
Yeah, Seductive Kitty taking a lot of damage here too. There's actually fire going on right now, and CakeWatch is going to try to maneuver around. It looks like.
Oh, Seductive Kitty's armor was down there for a moment, and now
it's still down.
Going on. This is a much better game for CakeWatch, just in terms of sort of tactics. I'd say. I mean, they've got a much better idea of what they want to achieve. However, the Rainbow Crash is taking lots of fire damage. Oh, dude!
Oh, they bump into each other.
They bump into each other, and now Rainbow Crash is in a tricky situation, but he may just get out.
Just out of that light flak range, barely manages to get out of there. If those would have connected, that would have been extremely difficult.
Could try maybe flanking around the sides of this engine. I mean, an idea. I mean, just so they don't bump into each other.
Perhaps. I mean, part of the problem there was once again Rainbow Crash was rising up, trying to meet the Solace Artem, but Solace was actually hitting his Hades shots, while the Rainbow Crash is mostly missing again.
That is true.
And really the only reason Rainbow Crash actually stayed alive there was because they just managed to get out of the light flak range just in time. Now looks like more of that focus fire coming down onto the Lib Clutter, while the shots are still raining on into the Rainbow Crash.
Okay, well, this is this is settling into a pattern. Oh, Seductive Kitty's exposed to that Merc. She withdraws the moment she realizes it.
Yeah, this is, there's constant fire going on, but once again, it's little bursts that you need to be aware of.
Oh, oh, Hades shots just flying over the Solus Autumn, just missing left, right, and center. There's a couple that are connected there, but just far too many missing. And I mean,
There's,
they really shouldn't be missing. I mean, the Solus Autumn is staying. He is rising up slowly, but he's not like moving around, ducking about. They should be hitting more consistently than this.
yeah, there's nothing quite as interesting as seeing just fireballs being hurled towards both sides, and both sides mostly missing each other. I mean, it is so evident when it's happening. It's one of the things with Hades is with some shots you can't always tell when you're missing badly, but with Hades, it's very hard to miss that, especially for us who have this bird's eye view of it. And there we go, Lib Clutter getting assailed by some of that Hades as well, flying below it. The ones going towards Solus Autumn are flying up.
But Cake have their cover.
Which is the one good thing for Cake here. CakeWatch behind this cover, they can duck back here whenever they want. Seductive Kitty will have to do so right about now, because otherwise that, well, once again, that personal light flag just not in range. Looks like we might have a little bit of slow-mo going on for these two teams.
Oh God, I hope not.
At least,
oh, here we go, Seductive Kitty and Rainbow Crash going in for the charge here now. They seem to be focused firing on the Solus Autumn. Rainbow Crash going high, kerosining forward.
Yeah, almost losing his armor,
but he's
lots
still
of stuff on fire.
He's still in their arcs. He's trying to close distance. I'm not sure if that's a good idea, but he's doing it anyway. He keeps charging at the Solus Autumn.
Flag shots
he's just getting chewed up completely.
Yeah, absolutely between these two firing arcs.
And now Seductive Kitty almost certainly will join him.
It does seem to be moving a little bit slow here.
Yeah, I think you might be right. This is kind of slow-mo. But I don't really want to restart this match. Oh God, no.
And Seductive Kitty still trying to come on in here onto the top of the Solus Autumn, but it's just not having a very good time. It's between that same arc of the two blue ships and trying to rise up here. But
this is getting really slow-mo now.
Yeah, this is not a whole lot of fun. It's been a little bit problematic all day long, and looks like we're continuing it.
Well, we had all sorts of lag problems with Aerodrome earlier. It's this new sale, you see. I mean, there's a huge influx of new players, but the server's just buckling under the strain.
I don't know, maybe. It seemed to be fine for the last few days. It's just now, today, all of a sudden, everything seems to be broken.
Well, it's Tuesday night, everyone's off work, they've got nothing better to do than play video games.
Alright, so we're getting some firing going on in both directions, but Seductive Kitty.
Holy, the Seductive Kitty died.
Yeah, this is not gonna be a whole lot of fun for either team, and not a whole lot of not very good for us either. Trying to watch these slow-mo shots.
Oh God, can you imagine a slow-mo sniping game? God almighty.
Yeah, it's already gonna take a long time, and it slows down even more. Well, I mean, this is what we get for doing competitive play, and
this is what we get.
Something that can break like this. But
guys,
it's not just this. It's not just this game. Last week, I believe there was a StarCraft 2 tournament in Europe who was basically BattleNet was just disconnecting every 2 minutes. So it's what we choose and what we gotta live with.
This is the life we chose. Anyway, I was just saying to Zinc earlier. I mean, if there was some sort of fund donation pool, for Muse to get more or better servers, I'd definitely donate to it. I definitely would in a heartbeat. Possibly. And now the Rainbow Crash is getting focus fired here. Hades going down.
Trying to get around to this other side of the wreckage.
He might just make it. Oh, but no, the armor is down. The kerosene is trying to get him forward, but a few more shots will do it.
Oh, and the Artemis finishes him off as he's trying to move into range, and
Those Hades were so accurate. Did you see that? They were just hooking in those Hades shots while he was just moving full speed.
Yeah, once again, it feels like the team that had a better aim, better Hades shots just wins out once again. We've seen that happen quite often.
I think these Crimson Sky Riders, they've got some kind of